So I have mixed feelings about today's sneak peek. As you can see, sneak peek number 4 for the August update is here. It's not what I expected nor predicted, but it is what we have. I'm hoping that tomorrow we get something more in line with Fear itself, because I thought we'd be getting a new uniform for Sin, but it seems as though the Future Fight team, they have other plans, and we're actually getting a new uniform for Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, which I really like because I love Kamala Khan. Unfortunately, I haven't watched the show. Been really busy, and everything I heard about it didn't really excite me enough for me to actually take the time to watch the show. However, this is what CM Fragment had to say. This passionate fan of superheroes has obtained superpowers beyond her wildest dreams, from high school to the battlefield. Check out the new looks. It indicates that there's more than one, but we're just gonna say one for now, right? Check out the new look of this superhero whose only limit to her power is her imagination. Yes, I do see why they would say imagination here, because they've changed her powers, at least I guess from what I saw in the trailer and then a few images. I didn't see the show. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the comment section how much they've actually changed her powers in the show and what else we can actually hope to see from this Kamala Khan Miss Marvel update. But this is the trailer. Now, in case you missed it, I'll pull it back for you. So Kamala Khan is actually getting a new uniform, but in addition to her new uniform, she's also going to be a tier 3 character. I was wondering if she was going to be transcended or tier 3, but you can clearly see the tier 3 right there, and it seems like they're going to be using the new power set for her, where she has, I believe, some type of energy manipulation. You guys are going to have to correct me in the comments. I know they've changed her powers from stretching like Mr. Fantastic to now some type of energy thing. So that's cool. Hopefully she's very strong, because like I said, I was kind of hoping to see a uniform for Sin, because Sin's been in the game for a solid 5+ years and she's never gotten anything. So I was kind of banking on this being her moment to finally get something. I was holding off on getting her to level 70 gear 25 in case they didn't give her a uniform, but man, this is sad. Hopefully tomorrow they drop a uniform for her, because she's the reason why this happened, right? She's the reason why the Fear Itself update happened. She's the one that kicked things off and released the Serpent so that Hulk got a hammer, Absorbing Man, Titania, Juggernaut, etc. So for her to be left out is quite unfortunate. She got added to the game with Sharon Rogers, and she was supposed to be Sharon Rogers' rival, kind of like how Captain America is Red Skull's rival. However, Sharon Rogers has gotten like 4 different uniforms and Sin still hasn't gotten one. So really sad about that. So hopefully they actually give my girl Sin a tier 3 and a new uniform, because she had one of the, like, seriously, she had an amazing passive, one of the best passives they've ever implemented in the game back when she got released. Now we're getting characters with way better passive, but back in the day this was amazing. 10 seconds of debuff removal and 10 seconds of attack, defense, and crit rate. Granted, it's on a 20-second cooldown, but back when she was released in, I believe, what, 2016, 2017, this was amazing, but they never followed up for the characters. So it's really sad to see, man. But moving on, Kamala Khan, my girl, her last uniform I had so much fun with. This one right here, change her to a speed type, it was okay, but this one right here I really had a lot of fun using the character with, because her skills were just so cool, so unique, and they gave her an amazing 4-star passive. I hope for the love of God they do not change this, because it's absolutely fantastic. When her HP drops below 50%, she recovers 30% of her max HP and removes debuffs for 4 seconds, 6-second cooldown. This is amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Like, if they actually give her, I would say, damage reduction, some type of damage accumulation, a counter attack, maybe some chain hit. Again, I know I'm asking for a lot, because she already has like a really good kit with like some crit rate. Actually, I believe it's a couple frenzy buffs, right? Yeah, she has crit rate here, and then she has another frenzy buff right here. So again, she has a good kit, and when a character has a good kit, they often don't give them enough Kind of like what we saw with Moon Knight, how because Moon Knight's Mr. Knight uniform was already really good, they didn't really give him that much for his Disney Plus TV show, and they were just really banking on the tier 4 to carry Moon Knight. In the case of Kamala Khan, they might do the same thing where they're hoping that her tier 3 carries her and they don't give her that much on her uniform. However, do keep in mind that she's a combat female character, so you might want to hold off on building up Titania, because we might see a shift in the alliance battle meta again. Keep that in mind, because Titania effectively removed Sif and Valkyrie from the equation for the best combat female character for Extreme Alliance Battle. And Kamala Khan might do the same if she gets some type of damage accumulation. We'll have to wait and see. However, it is rather interesting to see them change Extreme Alliance Battle meta characters, multiple of them, in a single update, because Hulk is effectively going to replace Kingpin once you tier 4 him, and then Titania was kicking out Sif and Valkyrie, so the fact that she could very well be challenged by Kamala Khan within a week of her being the best combat female is actually quite interesting. By the way, keep in mind that even if Titania gets removed from the spot of being the best combat female character for Extreme Alliance Battle, she does have a support passive that you can take advantage of that gives 25% more attack to all allies that have the strong ability. And guess who has the strong ability? Surprise, surprise, Kamala Khan. She doesn't have very many useful tags, unfortunately, so I don't see her as a character that you're going to be able to use on very, very high stages in World Boss Legend. I doubt she's going to be able to participate past stage 50 against any of these bosses. Let me just double check really quickly. Against Gore, I guess 24 would be the highest that she can go, because after 24 is leadership, after that is villains, and then 35 is alien, and then I believe 40, which I haven't unlocked yet, is speed, and then 45 I believe it's combat, which is going to be way too high for her. That's going to only be Moon Knight, and she's inhuman. Oh yes, speaking of which, since she is inhuman, if you're like me and you've been putting off doing this challenge right here, where is it? It's this one that requires that you clear with 3 inhumans. Now maybe you can go back when she's tier 3 and use her with Black Bolt and Medusa and get that clear right there. So that's something that might be a reason for you guys to actually go ahead and tier 3 character, because she is an inhuman. So keep that in mind. As for the other bosses, I think, yeah, she's probably not going to be strong enough to do stage 60. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe with like a Mighty, because Jane Foster is strong enough to do 60 against Mephisto with a Mighty. So maybe that's possible, but for most people, I'm just trying to show you, yeah, you're not going to get much out of her past 29 for most of you guys, unless you're pushing really, really far. And then over here, combat. Do we really use any combat until we get into the 60s? Yeah, so her World Boss Legend potential really isn't there for most people. So it's gonna ride heavily on her I always get the two of them mixed up. The complexion and the hairstyle is very similar. Anyway, point is, if they make her a PvP character, I'll be really happy with that. But she's gonna need damage reduction and a lot of survivability to do it. This is a really good start, but I don't think it's good enough to tank hits from Emma Frost and Adam Warlock. Them two are just absolutely vicious when it comes to combat characters. Her base HP isn't that high either, so we'll have to wait and see what they do for her. My guess is they're going to shake up Extreme Alliance Battle with her, and for most people, that might be enough for them to tier 3 her. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments.